Hello everyone, I welcome you all in our another DS session where we will be solving a new DSA problem in C++. If you haven't checked our playlist, the playlist is ready. I will be uploading all the DSA questions here so you can check out. So let's start our today's DSA session by saying Har Har Mahadev. Our today's problem is Leetcode 18 for sum. We will read out our question and I will be explaining it to you. Given an array nums of an integer, return an array of all the unique quadruplets nums a, comma nums b, comma nums c, comma nums d, such that, and these are the three cases which we have to satisfy, and you can return the answer in any order. So what it is given that you are given an array as nums as your input, and you have to return an output array with the collection of all unique values. And the three cases are given such that in first case it is given the range is in between 0 to n element. Second, a comma b comma c and d are distinct. That means elements should be different from each other. And third case, addition of all element should be equal to target value. The target value. So let's check out our example. So you will be getting it more clear. Example one: input is given. Input is given as an in our input, an array is given 1 comma 0 comma minus 1 comma 0 comma minus 2 comma 0, and target value is given as 0. So we will first sort this array and find outcomes that all the possible outcomes that there should be four inputs, and that addition of four inputs should be equal to our target value, which is 0. Then here in this array there are six vector, so we have to choose four vector such that their addition must contain 0. Here if we sort this array, it will be minus 2 comma minus 1 0 0 1 and 2. So if we add them, minus 2, there will be three possible outcomes. If we add minus 2 minus 1 1 and 1, it will cancel out each other and we will get a target value 0. Similarly here in this case, if we add them, it will cancel out minus 2 minus 2, and the addition of other elements will be 0. And here in third case, if we cancel out minus 1 minus 1, and addition of all the four elements will be 0. Similarly in second example, we are given an array and we have to in that array we are given five vectors. We have to and the target value is given 8. We have to choose any four vectors, and thus the addition of four vectors should be equal to our target value. So I will be writing code so you will be getting it more clear. So let's start our code. So we will write code for our problem. As we have already discussed one problem based on threesome, we'll be writing the same exact code for foursome with some changes. In threesome, we have declared a variable int equal to sum, in which we have added three elements, which was from our array, which was nums. It was nums of I, then left element, then we have added our right element. But in our foursome problem, there are total four elements, so we have to declare one additional element, which will be j. So our int sum equal to int sum or addition equal to nums of I nums plus nums of j plus nums of left element plus nums of right element. So let's get started. Initially we will declare a vector of vector, which is foursome. In our previous problem, we have declared a vector which was threesome. Then we have sorted our array, sort our array from beginning to end, begin to nums of end. Here we have sorted our array in ascending order. Now we will be writing a if statement to check our array is empty or not. Here we have to the array should contain at most four element. If there are less than four element, we will be initially returning our foursome. And for example, if there are four element and they are satisfying our target value, then we will simply return our four element, or there will be an empty array which will be returned. We have returned it. We have declare for empty variable. Now let's write a for statement where we will be declaring our I at the zeroth position, and we will be giving a range which is I smaller than n minus 3, like our previous problem, n minus 3, and we will be incrementing our I till n minus 3. Okay, so we have written this, and we will be writing if statement inside our for loop. If I is greater than 0, we'll be comparing it. For comparing, we'll be using and operation. Nums of I equal to or equal to nums of I minus 1. Okay, we will continue. Oh, right, I have written right. We have written it. This if there are duplicate values, it will just ignore. It will compare. If there are duplicate values, it will just ignore it. So let's declare pointers. Then int of left equal to I plus 1, and int of right equal to n minus 1, n minus 1. Okay. So let's initialize a new variable which is j, same as this. For int j equal to j plus 1, uh, we'll be giving a range for our j element, which is n minus 2, and we will be simply incrementing it till our range. And to inside our j element, we'll be writing a if statement. If our j is greater than 0, then compare it with our nums of j equal to j minus 1, nums of j minus 1, nums of j minus 1, uh, and continue. We have written this, and we have to continue it to avoid duplicate values. So we have defined a new element which is j. We have initialized the I. We have initialized two pointers. Now we will be writing where condition for our left and right element, and in that where condition we will be defining three cases. uh, where our left element is smaller than right element, we will be writing three conditions, which are if our sum is equal to 0, but instead of 0, we'll be writing a target value, because we have to compare it with our target value. Therefore, we have written our target value. The target value equal to result dot push push underscore pushback. Then inside this, we will be writing nums of I j k, nums of I j and right element, nums of I comma nums of j comma nums of left element and nums of right element. Okay. So we have written a target value. Then we will be writing a while condition for it, like our previous. While our left element is smaller than right element, we have to compare our left element, nums of left element, and we will be incrementing as we will be comparing our left element with our left plus one element. uh, and if it is okay, then we will be increment if it is okay, we will be incrementing our left element, nums of left plus one element. Then we will simply incrementing our left element, which is plus plus left. Then we will be writing same for our right element. If left is smaller than right element, then and inside this we'll be writing same. uh, Sorry, I written wrong something. uh, Compare it with nums of right element equal to we have to compare it with nums of right minus one element, right minus one element. Now uh, if they are equal, then simply decrement our right element. Now we have written while condition for our left and right element both, but we have not called it. So let's call it left element to print it, and right element. So we have written this. Now we have to write else condition for our elements, which is else what if our target value is smaller than our sum, and what if our target value is greater than sum is smaller than our target value. Then we will be simply incrementing left element. And what if else we will simply decrementing our right element. Now we have to call our sum. We'll be calling it here int sum equal to nums of I plus nums of j plus nums of left element plus nums of right element plus nums of right element. Okay, so let's check if we have done some wrong, we will correct it. So let's check it. uh, we are initially we have declared a vector, initialize a vector for sum, and which will be calling it end for our result. Then we have checked our array is empty or not. Then we have sorted our array. uh, Here this should not come, this should come end at the end. Then let's write it at the end. Okay, then we have initialized I. We have not written int for initialization. Then we have taken two pointers, left and right. We have and then we have initialized j. Let's write in it in systematic way. So let's copy it and write after it. In left equal to, it should be j plus 1. Then we have written where we have started a where loop for our pointers which are left and right, inside which we have declared a int variable, and we have called all the values int I j left and right. And then we have written if statement. If our sum is equal to target value, then we will simply return for some we will simply return. And we have written we have checked for the duplicate values also. Here it will compare duplicate value for left element, it will compare duplicate value of right element, and we'll be simply incrementing it. And then we have checked for if our sum is smaller than target value, then we will simply incrementing it. Then if our sum is else, we will be decrementing it. Then at the end we have to return our for sum to print our output. So let's check our result, run it. Here it is saying that n is not declared. So let's declare. Here we have not declared n. So let's declare int n equal to nums dot size. So let's check. Yes, we have our code is accepted. I will be providing code in description.